Yo, what's good, y'all? No Mercy, Trap New York shit, NoMercyTV.com, all that good stuff. Here with my brother Peso. We back.
Yeah.
No, it's been a minute, man. Truth be told, y'all know we get all of the dope interviews, get all the dope artists that's in battle rap, even some stuff outside of battle rap. But we got a special guest here, man. We got a special guest here. Somebody who I personally consider a battle rap vet, legend. His music is crazy.
Definitely.
Goes back to 106 in Park and the King of the Ring days. We got Bones Brigante here, man.
Word.
What's the word, fellas?
How does it feel being called a legend? Yeah, I've known this nigga so long. It sounds funny, yo. So how does it feel being called?
I mean, it'd be nice when the bank account matched the status, but we're gonna get there.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let's take it back to the beginning. Like I said, this is my brother. We go back a minute now, but for those who've been under a rock, man, how did you get started in rap?
Well, you mean like the very beginning, or like
The
you
very
talking like?
beginning. You first put pen to the pad. That first trash rap you wrote. How
All
did you
right,
start? Yo,
all right. So we could talk about that on the
and I
first
mean
trash
that's
rap out.
disrespect,
Nah,
but I
this
don't
is
care what you say. Every nigga first rap was trash. I don't give a fuck
every
with
nigga
no.
first rap is trash. I'm glad you put it that way. I really am glad you put it that way. So let's take it all the way back to the first time I saw rap, it was like Kane and Rakim and LL, and I was fascinated by that. So then you had the kiddie rappers, which was like Crisscross and ABC and shit like that. But then you had like Shaheem and Illegal. You remember Illegal, like with Morley G and
Yeah.
like they were signed to Eric Sermon. So the thing about them that was dope to me was they was kids, but they sounded like adults. Like it wasn't kiddie rap. Crisscross was like kid shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when I first started rapping, I tried to rap like that. But I was a kid. I was like 10. I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. So I let my sister hear it, and she just busts out laughing like, yo, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard, nigga. Like you ain't never did none of that shit you talking about. So it was just like it was that. I was young, I was a kid. I wanted to rap like a grown man, but I just didn't have the experience. So I mean, we all adults now. We know how fast 10 turned into 16. It sounded like a long time. When we was kids, it sounded like an eternity, but that shit went like that. And in that time, I gained different life experiences. I started, fucking. I started hanging out. I started being outside with the older kids. And I actually got kicked out of school my senior year.
Okay.
And this was no internet. Nigga, it was 20 channels, nigga. It was motherfucking Jenny Jones. Niggas watching Jenny Jones in the afternoon. I don't even remember. Like you might could catch some videos. I think MTV Jams had just came out, but I ain't had nothing to do. I ain't have no time to do shit but write rhymes. And specifically, this was the year that Mobb Deep Murder Music had came out.
Right.
And I remember, I mean, if you remember as kids, Prodigy was always the one that was, the credited as the nicest of the two.
Yeah, the elite lyricist. Yeah,
He
definitely.
was the elite lyricist. Like Prodigy, you cats don't remember. Like P was right up there with the best of them. You know what I mean? But I remember listening to Havoc on Murder Music, and I realized how much better he had gotten. And I was like, oh shit! So I could just write, and become better.
Right.
And it was that year. It was the year I got kicked out of high school. My last year, I kicked out my last year, and I just stayed up writing rhymes all night, and I got my shit sharp, and I just came outside.
Okay, I got you. Well, listen, man. I want whoever's gonna see this to know, man. This is one of the more how do I say this, man? This man's knowledge of battle rap is insane. He's been around so many forms and facets of the game. So this interview, we're gonna do it justice because he knows so much, but we just gonna try to get as much as we can. So let's start at when did you first get involved with battle rap?
Well, I mean, just coming outside. As soon as you came outside in that era, you had to have them clips, So the very first battle I battled my man. We was in Maryland. So my man was off of E-Pill, and that nigga was just rapping, just freestyling, just cracking on everybody, my nigga, just killing everybody. And if you ever been around a nigga, like that's nonstop. So I'm talking about, this wasn't no, oh, this nigga rapped for like 5 minutes. Like this nigga was rapping for hours over E-Pill, just cracking on everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I just so happened to have them clips. I had them clips ready, and it was like niggas was like, yo, somebody got to fucking rap against this nigga, yo. Like he killing everybody, yo. Cause he was just snapping on niggas, but rapping, but niggas was trying to snap back, but he was rhyming. So it didn't, whatever he was doing was better. So I had this one rhyme. I don't even remember how the rhyme went, but it was just like, it was around that time when Snoop was doing the Crip Walk. Yeah, and I was like, yo, if it's beef, we skip talk. I bust shots at your feet and make you do the Crip Walk. And I just remember the whole fucking, we was like in a little Section 8 housing shit in Maryland. It's not like the projects with the high rise and shit, but it was just, you know, the low rise shit. Everybody was outside, and the whole shit erupted when I said it. But the one thing I remember was the girl he was fucking with at the time, the face she made. And I was like, oh, nah, I got this shit. Right. From that moment, that reaction, like even as I'm telling the story, I just could remember, I see everybody erupted. And I remember specifically her face. And I was like, oh, nah, I got this shit. You know what I'm saying? So then,
you knew you could do this shit.
I knew, yeah, I just liked the reaction that I got from that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then what I tried to like freestyle against him, because that's what he was doing. He kept freestyling, and that didn't really work for me. So I just knew, like I said, load up on these clips. And then at that point, it's like going out. Because around that time I had my daughter. Say that again.
This was the run around era when niggas this
was the run around era. So now I start to run around, but I'm real selective about. It's funny because that's
you always been like that too. It's funny you say that. You always been a nigga who had a fully loaded clip, but you was always very selective on who you used it against. Yo, like
I was even back then, because a lot of niggas was trash. A lot of niggas was trash, and you only gonna get better by rapping with better niggas. So I understood that back then. Like I'll sit there in a cypher and listen to niggas rap. Like, all right, niggas is trash. So cool, like because I knew where my skill set was at. So I'm like, I don't have to rap against these niggas. But if I come across some niggas that's some killers, I gotta test my shit against these niggas to see where my shit really is at. So then I was living in Maryland at that time. Then I moved to Philly. And I'm in Philly when like Philly is like, so you gotta understand, Maryland is not really like where it's spitters. Niggas ain't really spitters out there like that. You know what I mean? I moved, so whereas I was like, I could go anywhere in Maryland and niggas was I would be one of the best niggas in this circle. When I got to Philly, oh my God, that shit was different.
So Philly is this pre-YouTube Philly? Or
this is the whole way I got to Philly was because I had my daughter, and my daughter's mom's was from Philly. So I moved to Philly the year my daughter was born, which was 2003. So this is DVD era Philly.
Oh, so this Reed Dollars.
Oh my God, I was Philly. Okay. Yo, Reed Dollars, NH, Cree Force, Slaughter Rico, Quilly Mills,
NH,
Kaboom, Eddie Morris,
Frank with the Grippers,
like, yo, I'm like Meek Mill, like come on, like this. So I'm looking like as where before I was in a space where I'm like, man, I ain't gotta rap against these niggas. And it's crazy how life happens, because I mean, I probably would have eventually wound up coming back here, because this is where my parents is from, and this is where I moved to Maryland from. But that stop in Philly sharpened my shit so much because it was just like I knew. I'm like, yo, nigga, like you gotta get your shit right. Cicero. I remember being in the studio.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I remember being in the studio with Cicero one night. Like when I might only had like 3-4 clips, and this nigga was rapping all fucking night, and I was just like, God damn. Like,
let me tell niggas, Cicero might be the clip king. When I tell you this nigga Cicero would have a minimum of 20 rounds at any given time.
Yo, you gotta understand. You gotta understand where Cassidy was at. This was Cassidy was.
I think my shit delayed. I was gonna say I seen Cicero come to New York. I seen him beat a nigga in Flight Club and then battle 3 niggas outside for the bread. That's how crazy Cicero was, yo. But go ahead.
Crazy. And this is when Cassidy was Cassidy, and Cicero was neck and neck with Cassidy in terms of skill set at that time. So I like I said, that stop in Philly, that shit did a lot. You know what I'm saying? And Philly, that was the let me hear something era. So you outside, nigga, like, yo, you look like a rapper. I don't even have to say I rap. Nigga be like, yo, you like, nigga be like, nigga might back you down. Nigga, like, nigga, let me hear. Like, nigga, you not going nowhere, nigga. I need to hear something.
So did you battle any notable names in Philly?
Nah, nigga, yo, listen, I got the Philly. I ain't want no parts of them niggas, B.
That's what I
straight right up. Yo, I ain't want I had the most I did was I had loaded up a clip because this was around the time when everybody was going at each other. So I loaded up a clip,
right?
And I let my man hear it, and he was like, "Bro, that ain't gonna work."
Right.
He was like, not even in terms of like your skill set. He was just like, "Bro, like you gonna have a lot of niggas on your ass if you do that, bro. I don't think you want them type problems. Like, you can't here to raise your daughter, nigga. You about to get to some whole other shit if you spit that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I would go out, hit little open mics, because around that time, that was when niggas was trying to get record deals. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's when, I would just keep my shit sharp, have some shit for the cypher, have some shit if I had to battle a nigga, have some shit, a little demo tape, some shit like that. But like at that time, when I got to Philly and I saw where the skill set was, I just understood that, all right, you know what? You got to sharpen your shit a little more before you even think you're going to come outside. And think about how much, even to this day, niggas be so anxious to, I want this nigga, I want that, and niggas don't be ready. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of knew at that time, like, think about it, a nigga coming in the game right now and be like, yo, a nigga might get like 2-3 wins under his belt and be like, yo, I want to battle DNA. Like, nigga, that is not what you want to do.
Right. Real shit.
You don't want to, because it's going to be, it's too much shit that he knows how to do. And I kind of knew that at that time. I knew, like, you know what? You got to get a lot of more shit under your belt before you even really try to test one of these niggas.
Let me ask you this, though, because you definitely been a nigga who's seen a lot, especially during the off-camera era. So what was some of the best battles you seen in the off-camera era? Because I heard you seen some crazy shit, yo.
So one of the most memorable shits, and like I said, now I'm telling this story, it's a light bulb moment, because this is when I realized, like, yo, like, you can't, because they used to do this shit. I don't remember the name of the club, but it was on Delaware Ave in Philly. So that's like on the water by the Ben Franklin Bridge. So they was having a battle. So it was the type of shit like, yo, pull up. You know what I'm saying? Niggas going back. And it's the old school shit where it's like, nigga, you just gotta have them clips. You know what I'm saying? It was a little tournament. I don't know how the sign-up process went, but I thought, like, nigga, I'm gonna go down here and try to get my shit off. Cause I had battled a few niggas like on the street at that time. So if you ever remember when so the 2 niggas that made it to the finals was a nigga named Slaughter Rico. Slaughter Rico had a real famous freestyle in Philly DVD history. It's called $5 Nigga, classic. And then if you ever remember when Tech Nine, the little funny nigga that did that weird shit, the nigga that passed away, before he used to rap, he used to always say, SPI 2AG, y'all can't fuck with Wayne. So, and that was dedicated to a kid named Spittage. So Spittage was a legend in Philly. You know what I mean? He passed away, you know. But long story short, in the tournament, first of all, I watched Slaughter Rico and Spittage on two ends of the brackets just run through niggas, you know what I'm saying? And then them two niggas met in the finals. Slaughter Rico and Spittage. There's probably no footage of this shit. It just, even like by the time I had got there, like this was when, like, yo, just even the process, niggas was fucking fighting and battling and arguing just to sign their name up. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the majority of niggas that was there, there's no way in hell they'd have been able to win against these two niggas. And when I seen them two niggas go at it, like that was the one when I was just like, yo, like, nigga, yo, you got to go back to the drawing board, my nigga. Like, you can't even, because you'd have embarrassed yourself going in there that night trying to rap against it, because these niggas were so loaded up, they could make adjustments to the opponent, get back to the written, and this is on beat. These niggas is doing all of this on beat. It's not even a cappella. So it's like, that's probably one of the more memorable shits that I done seen off camera. Like, yeah, that one was. And then, I mean, a lot of shits was niggas that didn't even have names, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, I don't think there's no place that got more spitters than Philly, bro. Like,
so at what point did you get back to New York from Philly?
I got back to New York a year after I did 106. I came back here. I was always back and forth. I was always back.
Yeah, no, let's talk about 106 though. So a lot of people know you as the Freestyle Friday champion on 106, right. One of the earliest ones who really got up there and wrecked shit, to where you had a lot of notable names that was judges at that time going crazy over you.
Yeah.
How did you because let me paint the picture for a lot of people. To get on 106 for Freestyle Friday, used to be a line fucking down the block and around the corner of niggas trying to rap, yo. I want niggas to understand that early on, the process to even get there was crazy, yo. It used to be niggas outside rapping for hours trying to get their name up to get inside 106 and Park. So how did Bones Brigante make his way onto that Freestyle Friday stage?
Well, you had the RSVP. My homegirl called me and told me about this shit. So yo, they doing Freestyle Friday, and then, I mean, if you know, like, I went on in 2010. So from the time that I went, like before that, you had Poster Boy, Jen, Lux, but it just at some point from 2000 to 2010, to me at least, I felt like it had lost its luster. There was a lot of duds up there, and when I got up there, I kind of understood why that was. Like, behind the scenes, they wasn't really running it the way it was supposed to get ran. But it was a stroke of luck that the year that I did it, the dude that was in charge of it, he had set up like a tournament for everybody that had won 7 battles to come back or whatever. But I didn't know none of this. So my homegirl called me about the audition, and she just kept beasting like, yo, you should go on there. And I'm like, man, I ain't going on there. Like, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't. It just seemed so far-fetched to me, bro. Like, I was like, I'm good. I ain't doing that shit. Like, nigga, like, the fuck you think I'm about to be like Poster Boy or one of these niggas? Like, I ain't gonna go up there and win no 7 battles. Like, it seemed far-fetched to me, but she was like, yo, I think you could do it. So she kept calling me every day, like, yo, you gotta send these niggas an email. And this was when niggas ain't even have emails on their phone. You had to go to the computer and send that shit. So by the grace of God, she called me one day when I was walking past the computer, and she was like, yo, today is the last day, bro. You got to sign up for this shit. I signed up for it. They sent me the RSVP, because I had the RSVP for it. They sent me the notification, because like you said, I guess it had been so chaotic over the years where they telling niggas, yo, pull up. And I mean, you just imagine what that is like, bro, like on a national, like niggas from everywhere, bro. Niggas is pulling up with they...
When it got real popular, you had niggas literally coming from all over the country
come on. And now you got now you coming to New York, so now you got to remember, you know, the attitude of a nigga. He coming with his mans, and if it gets to the point where, this part of the line is cut off. Like, nah, y'all need
my man's getting it. Right. So yeah, it was crazy. So it was definitely crazy.
They organized it so that
Yo, it's an echo coming from somebody's joint.
Yeah, I just heard that.
Is it me?
Let me see. I don't know. It might be. It's yours.
Hold on. Yeah, Peso, that's your joint.
That's me echoing.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Anyway, I don't know. You want me to leave and come back?
Yeah, because you was good the whole time. All right, technical difficulties, y'all.
Sometimes it'd be good to have the headphones in on these shits.
Yeah, like if you're not at a computer or something.
Yeah.
All right, he coming right back, y'all. A little bit of technical difficulties. We getting in some real battle rap history over here, man. Hold on, let me see. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. A bunch of goats. Minnesota Luke, my guy. Shout out to you.
Man, he got to come out of retirement, man.
For real.
I need a Minnesota Luke blog.
Yo.
All right, I think you good. Yep, you good, P.
All right. So back to the 106 Park conversation. So boom, let's get to you finally getting in there. Was you nervous the first time you got up there?
Well, we gotta take it to the audition. So
okay, yeah, let's do that.
So I RSVP for the audition.
Mm-hmm.
They give me, like, whenever they gave me the date, I had time, because now I'm like, all right, nigga, you gotta go out there and really battle now. And I'm in Philly, so it's the perfect place for me to battle. So I didn't even know where my style of battle rap was going to be. So what I saw was, like at the time, to me, Disaster was one of the illest niggas, and Disaster had this style where it almost looked like, to me, watching him, it was like he had like raps on deck, and then he had his freestyle that he mixed in with the raps, and then he would go back to he would weave in and out of the freestyle and the writtens, you know what I mean, like effortlessly.
But at that time though, did you feel like the battle rap game was starting to change at that time from the off the head to the writtens, or you feel like the writtens was already there?
I felt like this is what I knew from the time I battled my man off that E-pill, was that you got to play to your strengths, and my strength is the written.
Okay.
So if you have the ability to do that, listen, I know niggas that could freestyle. And the thing about the freestyle is it's so like in the moment. So a nigga could look godly one day and then the next day look like he never rapped a day in his life. You know what I mean? You got to really go into a zone to do that. And I know you could practice it, but that just wasn't my thing. My thing was practice with the pen. So I actually tried that method one time. I lost that battle, but the way it was like you could keep coming back and battling. And I came back and battled, and I smoked the nigga that I lost to. I smoked like another 3 niggas, and then another time I came back, it was like a tournament, and I smoked. I smoked everybody. I won a watch and a pair of sneakers down the Badlands in Philly. Like, it was a shit called the J Street Cafe, and I was like, all right, nigga, you ready? You know what I mean? So now I go to the audition. Once again, even though it's organized, line is down the block. Niggas is battling on the line, everything. You know what I mean?
Word.
Like niggas is battling on the line. So I go in the audition and I had my clips ready. And a dude came downstairs and he said, yo, no, hold on, I gotta back it up. Cause I was walking down 8th one day and I saw Lux. And I said, yo, son, I'm about to go on 106 shit. Yo, you got any advice for me? And he was like, do it like we do it in the streets, but just don't go up there and curse. He's like, long as you do it like we do it in the streets, and you don't go up there and curse, you gonna win that whole shit. And even at that time, I was like, yo, Luke, Yo, you too intelligent, bro. You're not paying attention, bro. I'm not going back. But either way, I go to the audition, right? And when I go to the audition, the nigga come downstairs and tell me, because everybody asking like, yo, what was it like up there? Because they was taking us in groups of 10. So you got a number, right? So say if my number was 90, they'll take 90 through 100 in the building. And then when you got in there, they will call out the numbers for niggas to battle. You know what I'm saying? So when the nigga comes downstairs and the nigga's like, yo, whatever you do, don't curse. He's like, if you curse, they cutting you off immediately. Like there's no, because nigga might think like, oh, I could go in there and curse because we not on television. It's just an audition.
Right.
They was not letting you curse in there. So I had this rhyme in my head where I said, because at the time my girl had a 750 Beamer, so I used to be cruising in that shit like it was mine. You know what I'm saying? So I had this rhyme where I was like, I gotta admit, I think I'm hot shit. I pop shit from a 750 cockpit. So when I went upstairs, I said the rhyme, and I was like, I'm hot-ish. I pop-ish from a 750 cockpit. Come on, judges. Y'all gotta give me credit because y'all said I couldn't curse, so I did my own edits. And they was like, what? But now, mind you, this is, I'm taking that style that I thought I couldn't do, and I did it in the auditions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when I did it, the judge was just like, yo, that's it. He was like, I heard enough. He was like, that's it. And I'm like, nigga just started bugging. And he just like, so the nigga said, and this is something that held true that I eventually got to see. He said, he was like, yo, all right, yo, y'all niggas did good, whatever. But like, yo, everybody come in this room and know how to rap. But when it comes time for niggas to get on TV, it'd be a whole nother story. He was like, so, you know, I don't think everybody's gonna be able to get up here and do what Bones just did. But you know, if y'all nice, I'm gonna give y'all niggas a call. So in my mind, I just said to myself, why the fuck would he call? Why would he single me out like that? Like that nigga thought I did that good. I was like, yo, that was crazy. So then I went home, and the nigga called me like a month later. The nigga who was, his name was Pat Charles. He was the writer for 106 at the time. So Pat calls me and he's like, yo, can you do what you did in that room on TV? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm questioning myself at the time still though, but I'm like, yeah, like, so I put the nigga on speakerphone and let my moms hear it. You know what I'm saying? And my moms are just making these funny ass faces, like, because all this time I done had these rap dreams, she wasn't trying to hear that shit. You know what I mean? She like, nigga, get a job. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, man, you like, yo, you got some weird ass energy. So I just walked out the room and I'm talking to the nigga. I'm at my grandma's crib. I'm talking to the nigga on my grandmother's porch. And the nigga got me on the phone for like an hour. And he just telling me like, yo, I'm not going. So basically, because this is what my mom's told me. He's like, listen, he called me in like August. He was like, I need you to come on the show in November. So basically, my mom's was like, well, if you was that good, nigga, why you gotta wait till November? I'm like, man, you a hater, man. Like, get out of here. Like it's fucking television. Like, what you think I'm gonna be on there tomorrow? Like, it was a Sunday. I'm like, so you think I'm gonna be on there on Monday for a show called Freestyle Friday? Like, nigga, it's television. But I just said to myself, like, because he was just asking me, like, he was giving me the rundown, and he was just like, yo, listen, you're not coming on until November. So, like, I need to make sure, like, you're not gonna go to jail, you're gonna stay out of trouble. He's like, because, you know, this is television. Like, I gotta plan ahead. And I just said to myself, like, yo, if this nigga sat there on the phone with me to talk for an hour, and it was fucking hundreds of people at this audition, he can't call everybody and have that type of conversation with him. So this nigga must believe in me more than I even believe in myself right now. Because at the time, I just I saw that shit as like, maybe I go in there and win like 2 or 3 battles and I lose and they retire me. So when the time came for me to go on there, I was just like, fuck this, man. I'm staying up here, man.
So at that point, so you must have been more than ready.
I was, like to the point where it's like, because like I said, because now I'm starting to see that when niggas get up there, it's just like, I mean, we all seen this shit when niggas battle. Nigga be like a deer in headlights. Nigga could prepare all he want in the mirror, letting his mans hit him rounds. When it's time for you to get on that stage, it's a whole nother ball game. A whole nother ball game. So when I walked into the studio, that shit was like, you know, like when you watching a movie and a nigga like jumping the TV and he part of whatever's on the TV. That's how that shit was, because I don't watch this shit so much on TV. It was like I was inside a video game. I'm like, damn. I'm like, all right, so because you know with 106 is you got the couch, the stage, the audience, but now I'm seeing all this shit in one, and I'm just like, oh, okay, so this is when they do this how this be, and boom, so so they gonna be filming us from this angle, so I'm gonna rap at this nigga and I'm gonna talk to. I was just ready, like I wasn't nervous. I was like, all right, this is what all this shit prepared me for. Everything, like me seeing Slaughter Rico battle and me losing the battle, trying to freestyle, and just me battling my man off the E-pill, everything. I was like, all of this shit is about to amount to this right now. Like I'm about to do this shit. And I just went up there and fucking the rest is history.
So you go through the 6 weeks, you do what you do, you keep advancing.
Right.
Let's go through that. It was 7 or 8 weeks at that time. 7, right?
So you did 7 weeks. You did 7 weeks. They retired you. Right. And they brought you back for like a tournament of champions. Whoever else won 7 weeks.
So let's go through the 7th week when they retired you, because I think the judges for your final battle on that 7th week was Lloyd Banks, who was like cooking hot at that time.
Yeah.
And who was the other judges? I forgot.
It was Banks, Jewels.
Yeah, Joel Santana.
Because they had Beamer, Benz, and Bentley at the time, so they put.
And how crazy is that, yo? That you standing there and you about to rap for two of the most seasoned MCs in the city at that time, Lloyd Banks and Joel Santana, yo.
I'm gonna tell you, I was so far in the zone, bro. Like even when I watched them shits back, like I don't even remember that shit, bro, because I was just so far in the zone. Like bro. It was just me and a microphone in there, bro. I didn't see nobody. I knew who they told me I had to battle, and it was just like, cause here's the thing. Whether Jewels is there, whether fucking Farrakhan is there, whether my third grade teacher is there, I still gotta win. Like, it doesn't matter. So the niggas who get caught, cause I this is what I'm telling you. I'm seeing niggas get caught up in that, the lights, camera, action shit, like, yo, they here, I gotta do this. I don't give a fuck who's there, you know, and you call it arrogant, you call it cocky, but that's part of the attitude you gotta have, where it's like you gotta be like the one time I did think, like, oh shit, and it's the crazy part. It was a DJ from Baltimore, like a nigga who I had seen mad times, and he was a judge, and I was like, oh shit, like, yo, you from Baltimore? How the fuck you? And he was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I choked that round. I choked in my second week. Any other time, I just was like, man, I don't give a fuck who's in here. I had yo, you gotta understand, yo, Freestyle Friday, nigga, I'm coming there, it's girls with fucking t-shirts with my face on it. You know what I'm saying? When I'm walking up to the like this is just like rock star shit almost, bro. Like I was working a regular job. And then like that, I'm on television. So when I walk up to the studio, it's a whole line of people like, bro, man, yo, that shit is all fine and dandy, but that shit don't mean a fucking thing. You know what I mean? You gotta go up there and rap. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
listen, you got one of the best honors that a lot of niggas I don't even think could stand the task of even at that time, and that was the Freestyle Friday champion. Like I said, I keep trying to paint a picture that probably wouldn't even do it justice now of how many niggas was trying to get that spot. You know what I mean? It was a lot of niggas, man.
And that's the thing. It was so much like, it's like with basketball, it's so much that goes into winning. You know what I mean? That y'all niggas could have wanted that spot or y'all wanted to, but what it took for me to go up there and win week after week, I'm not sure. I'm not sure everybody could do that. So that's why even like when you saw, like say like when John got on there, right? As skilled as John was, he was so dug into the format that was URL that he didn't really take the time to adjust it for television. So now John winds up losing to somebody that he would never lose to anywhere else. You know what I mean? But it's just, I took the time to really understand that format. And so I say that to say, whoever wanted to be up there, y'all could want to be up there all y'all want. But if y'all not going to do the work, and that goes for anything in life, because everybody, especially nowadays, everybody wants to be in front of a camera and think they got a voice. But if you truly understand what it takes to do that, like everything, like I said, like basketball, Lakers, y'all put together the probably the best team on paper ever, and niggas didn't even make the fucking playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it like niggas could want that spot all they want to. You could want whatever spot. If you want to be a blogger, a podcaster, a rapper, an actor, if you're not gonna do that groundwork, it does not fucking matter. None of it matters.
So let's speed up a little bit then, because I mean, obviously, you know, at this time, your name is ringing bells in the city. You doing your thing.
Yeah, I was fucking superstar, bro. That was crazy.
Definitely, man. And then you've always fucked with the music too. Like, you was never just limited to just being a battle rapper. You always was on beat doing your thing then. And then fast forward a bit, one of my favorite battles of all time probably was you and Uncasa.
Right.
On King of the Ring. How did that battle come? Did you and Uncasa have a rapport? Because I know you always been in the streets heavy. Uncasa always been in the streets heavy. So did you and him have a rapport before y'all battled that day?
We got a lot of mutuals. And now you fast forward, Uncasa got a baby with my cousin now, so we family now.
Oh wow. Okay.
Crazy. You know what I mean? Like I'm sitting here, I'm looking at God bless the dead, the baby's grandfather passed away. I'm looking at his obituary right here. But we had a lot of mutuals. Just, you know, Harlem shit, you know what I mean? To the point where it was like niggas was giving me like personal shit. Oh, say this, and I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that, bro. I don't have to do that, bro. Like I could do that. I could win without that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, we had a lot of mutuals. So for me at the time, this was the time when you battled to get a record deal. You know what I mean? It wasn't there was no 10-year battle rap career in 2010. It just wasn't even possible. You know what I mean?
Right.
So shout out to everybody who made that possible. You know, the Smacks, the King of the Dots, the ARPs. But at this time, it wasn't possible. So, like, now this is me, you know, being strategic in what it is that I do. Me personally, Cam is in my top 5. Always loved Cam. And I just felt like in that moment, like, I'm about to show this nigga what I could do to one of his mans. You know? Like, if this the nigga that you throwing on your tapes, because I want to be on one of your tapes, nigga. I want to have a song with Killer. You know what I mean?
Right.
If this the nigga you want on one of your tapes, like, I'm going to show you what I'll do to him. And I even remember letting my man hear the raps. And he was like, yo, bro, like, if you spit that shit, Cam is never going to do a song with you, bro. Like, he was like, yo, bro, you sure that? Because he knew that that's what I was going into it for, you know? And I kind of just wanted to show, you know, what my ability was. And also just like a vet, you know, because Casa was a vet. We was all bumping that Diplomatic Community. We was all watching, you know, him and Rex battle on the Smack joint. So you know, and you know, and just knew what it would do for my reputation in the town, you know.
Right.
So I just was like, I was at the time they was throwing. Well, at first I was getting the oh, he just some 106 nigga. He can't do that shit. Like I remember running in the PH. God bless his soul. Poison Pen, who's my man still to this day. Beasley, because me and Goods this was around the time when me and Goods like linked up, and Goods telling them niggas like, yo, y'all need to get him up, and they like, we don't want him up there, you know.
Yeah, because to be honest with you, the 106 niggas wasn't really getting respected by the street niggas.
It wasn't. It wasn't getting the respect by the street niggas, and especially like I said, it got to a point where I only thought I was going to do like 2 or 3 battles on 106. So I was like, all right, let me get up here, get these little few joints under my belt, and then maybe I could go battle on Smack. But they wasn't respecting me over there. So then it just got to the point where the more I won up there, the more shit BET had for me to do. Like, they was booking shows for me, and I'm having meetings with labels and shit. So I was like, I was like, you know what, fuck y'all. I don't even want to battle over there no more. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say it wasn't necessarily a wise decision. You probably should never put your emotions into a business decision, because I mean, in hindsight, if I would have found a way to balance the two and do them both, it would have been something else. But either way, the names that they were offering me on Grind Time and Smack, I was like, man, I'm good. Fuck that. Like, I run around here doing these shows, because at the time, battle rap is like it's fucking it's still very, very underground. Like, I'm talking like, this is when niggas is going to battles, and niggas is really, it's not kumbaya like how it is now, where everybody's cool and every time we link up, it's like a reunion. It's like, nigga, and every weekend I'm in Memphis, Atlanta, Charlotte, all these different towns doing shows, and I'm Bones from 106, and I got groupies there, all this shit, I'm getting paid, and then I go to a battle, and it's fucking a room full of niggas arguing about who could rap the best. It's no bitches. Niggas got guns. Niggas done, like, that shit where Rex said, oh, nigga, we ain't get the flights because we drove here so we could bring the pistols. That was real. Like, Midwest niggas was coming out, was driving out here, blickied up, niggas.
Real shit.
Everything. So I was like, you know what? If y'all niggas don't want to let me in on this, I'm cool, nigga. Fuck this. I'm good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, yo, like I'm good. Like, I don't, because it was.
I ain't got time for this ghetto nigga shit. I just came from TV.
Like, yo,
I got time for this shit.
Had to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm here because I'm a fan first, but I don't gotta be here. You know what I'm saying? I'll be somewhere laid up with a chick. So.
And it was crazy too, because I would hate when Clips would hit me. Every time we was on Clips block, and Clips would be like, yo, let's run down to this battle. They about to battle such and such. And I would literally have to take a cab home to go get the hammer. Yeah. To go to the battle, yo. Because I knew how them shit was, yo.
Yeah, it was animosity. Like, it wasn't like now. Now when you see a nigga at an event, it's like, yo, because we done been around each other 10 years. You know what I mean? Right. Before it was like, yo, who the fuck is that nigga? Yo, why that nigga looking? Hey, yo. And even when I
and then it was a hood to hood thing too, because you're not just rapping for yourself, you rapping for your hood.
You rapping for the hood. Now, when I battled I said something about Jay Parks. Now, Jay Parks is from the Bronx. So my man, he calls me the next day like, yo, like, niggas is on the line. We might gotta take care of that. I'm like, no, y'all don't. What the fuck is y'all? It's battle rap, bro. Like, yeah, but niggas didn't understand that shit at the time. So for me, as a nigga who, like, I didn't have to be there, I was just like, man, fuck this, nigga. I'm gonna just run around, do my shows, get my bread, and try to get this deal.
But you know what's crazy though? I don't think niggas understand how for Harlem, how monumental Uncasa and T-Rex was. Nigga, because it was an uptown versus downtown thing. Like, it just wasn't about Uncasa versus T-Rex. It was really uptown versus downtown. You know what I mean? Right. So that's just how it was at that time. So let's fast forward a little bit more though, man, because this is what really, like, you know, I mean, you've definitely been on my list of people I want to interview for some time, because I know you got so much game in this shit. But I seen you on an RBE flyer, yo. I had to look at that shit twice. I'm like, hold on. I said, okay, Bones is on this shit. So what made you get back in the ring, yo?
All right, so now, like I said, now my hindsight of the situation is this. I call myself trying to get a record deal. Oh, I don't have to be around this battle rap shit. And and from then till now, I don't watch niggas get rich.
Okay.
Rich. You know what I'm saying? Like like not for nothing. I ain't gonna disclose no numbers, but I done
Mm-hmm.
seen Good's bank account. You know what I mean? Like, yo, bro,
Right.
like, look, like, yo, can you believe this shit?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow. So it's just like I always had this love-hate relationship with battle rap where I felt like I didn't have to do it. I could do other things, but
Right.
in me doing all these other things, I kept my pen sharp. I stayed putting out projects. I might have took some time off, but when I take the time off, I'm doing another project. I'm putting out music. I do 30 for 30 freestyles in 30 days. I done did that shit twice.
Right.
And I'm just like, damn, nigga, like if you'd have put that effort into battling, nigga, like nigga, I still got a regular job. I'm like, nigga, you'd have put that effort into battling. Cause like I said, I done seen, I mean, Goods has always been about his bread. We all know that. But like, you know, I've seen that nigga have to really, you know, be a boss about his shit and be real strict with the way he's spending his bread to a point where it's like nah, nigga really ain't gotta be that way no more. Like, nigga got it. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, damn, nigga. So I'm saying to myself, like, yo, you could do this shit and it won't be as hard as it would be if you just came in a new name. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, if you focus this shit for the next 3-4 years, like my goal is this, and me and my manager talk about this, because me and Mook got the same manager. So basically, you know, Mook thing is less is more. He don't got to battle all the time because he gonna get the biggest battle when it's time for him to battle.
Right.
I ain't got time for that. I'm telling the nigga, I need 20 battles, nigga. Over the next 2-3 years, I need 20 battles. You know what I mean? And I just know that, nigga, if once I like, all right, I say I've been on the line with ARP, Beasley, fucking my man Lex from iBattle. I'm talking to everybody because I know I gotta get in there and do it. That's the only way you're gonna get good at this shit. Because whatever I did in the past, it don't matter no more. All that 106 shit, like I said, if I want to get 20 battles under my belt, that RBE battle is one. Anything else I ever did before, even the unconscious shit, it don't matter. You know what I mean? So you
saying you back in battle rap for good now?
I'm starting from scratch. Yeah, it's nothing. It's no more. I mean, if I got to do a freestyle on a reputable platform, but as far as like everything right now is for me to sharpen my shit to be the best battler that I could be.
So in that space and frame of context, being a nigga who's literally seen the transition of battle rap,
right?
What's your thoughts about the game today and where it's at today?
It's not just about being the best rapper. It's not. It's not just about getting up here rapping. So prime example, like y'all watched the battles yesterday.
I caught a couple of them, not all of them though.
All right, so Truffaut beat Geechee Gotti yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Now, a few years ago, that would have been Geechee moving out of his spot and Truffaut taking his spot. That's not what that is. That's not what it is no more.
Yeah.
That's not what that is because Geechee has done so much shit to establish his space as the battler that he is that like a loss almost doesn't even really mean much.
But I think that's where the game is watered down at right now. Like that right there, because think about it. And I get it. Listen, I get it. We ain't in the early 2000s no more. I'm not stuck in the past. I understand where we at today, but I think that it takes away niggas' incentive to win when they know a loss don't mean nothing. Like, think about it. There was a time where if you lost on, like, think about it. There's niggas on Smack who got smoked that we never seen again on the Smack DVD. We literally never seen them again, ever. Like, I'm talking, when I say ever, like ever again. Because that's how much a loss meant at that time, especially a bad loss. A bad loss meant a lot at that time.
But at the same time, listen, here's another thing though. At the same time, there's so much shit you can do to make sure you get seen again. Because because nigga, I know what a loss do to a nigga pride and ego. So a nigga might not want to be seen again. You know what I mean? Nigga might really be like, yo, this ain't really for me no more. So that's what I'm saying. It's so much that you like back then. That was all you could do was rap. Nigga ain't wanna. Nigga get Xcel hair, nigga. Get Xcel hair, my nigga. So listen. Back then, nigga take a loss, come around talk about he's selling hair. Like man, look at this bitch ass nigga took a loss on Smack, and now he's selling hair. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Like bum ass nigga. You know what I mean? Right. But now,
it got not to cut you off. It got to get to a point. This is a conversation I have with bees all the time. It got to get to a point to where, in order for it to progress past the niche it's at right now, it got to get to the point to where wins and losses mean something. Yo, we watch the greatest things competitively. The biggest things competitively are what they are because wins and losses mean something. Yo, right, we don't watch. We don't watch boxing matches.
But it's like basketball. It's like basketball. Nigga got an 82-game season. As long as you win more than you lost, you good. Now, once you start losing all the time, look at Rex. Once he started like not really caring, they sat him down.
But Rex stopped caring because Rex has said this publicly. He stopped caring because he knew losing didn't mean nothing. He was still T-Rex. He knew that.
But here's the thing. Now when we watch Rex, we're not expecting him to lose like when he was on that streak where he didn't give a fuck.
But that's what I'm saying, Bones. You making my point for me. You know why Rex was on that streak? Because he knew how much a loss meant at that time.
Right.
Now that he know losses don't mean shit, he not the same Rex, and he not giving the shit the same energy no more. Because he know it don't matter. He's still gonna get booked because he's T-Rex.
But he's showing up again though, right?
Yeah, but I think a lot of niggas are hanging on in this game based on their name alone. There's a lot of let's keep it a buck. There's a lot of niggas with names in this shit that haven't been good for a very long time now. Let's keep it 100, yo. They're literally in this game holding on because of their name.
But you got to understand that's the business of it because the business
that goes back to the other stuff we were talking about.
Is that those niggas could still command views and tickets.
Yeah. That goes to the relevance outside of the stage, like the social media, the blogs and stuff like that.
Now, here's the thing. Now, here's the business of it. Now, because this is the thing of it. This is the beauty of it with me is that I understand the value of that business because now these league owners, they're never going to let that happen again because the reason why these niggas have market value is because of YouTube views. That's why they have the value because nigga. All right, so let's call a spade. We talking about a nigga like a Verb. All right, Verb been stinking it up for a while, but at the end of the day, millions of people still want to see Verb. So he could stink it up. I'm a grinder. Doesn't matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. But now you got a nigga like Kid Slade, who's a murderer. But the only time you're gonna see him is on a URL app. So he doesn't have negotiating power to say, I got X million views, so y'all gotta give me that money.
But Bones, you agreeing with me though. You literally agreeing with me without knowing you agreeing with me because I'm saying.
But here's the thing. Listen, this is the thing about me as a rapper. What I've learned is that when I get bitter about these circumstances, it makes me not want to rap. So I can't get mad about this shit. I gotta who has staying power is the niggas who change with the game. And that goes for anything. Like look at Nas, nigga. Nas look like he 23, my nigga.
Right. So you saying you not defending it. You just saying you understand what the game is now.
Listen, I understand it, and I hope that these young niggas that's coming in here now that they understand it because if not, y'all not gonna stick around. Like this is why I'm still here, bro. Like because I get it. When I was bitter and I was upset about it, nigga, I was wasting my life away at a fucking job that I hated anyway. Like so here's the thing. As much as I don't like it, nigga, when I go to my job, I don't like that shit neither. So I might as well be around some shit where there is a part of it where I do enjoy and I could get paid for it.
I got you. So let me ask both of y'all this. Speaking of like where we at in the game now, and this is a question I want to ask both of you. What's y'all thoughts on Twitter Spaces and what it means to battle rap right now?
I think that shit started out. It started out good and it got real fucking toxic.
Yeah. I think it's like a gift and a curse. I think it's a gift and a curse because there's good things you can do with it. Like people are streaming entire events on Twitter Spaces now.
Right.
You know, you got leagues doing face-offs and people doing interviews and basically blogging. A lot of stuff is transitioning over to Twitter Space. But then I think you also have the aspect of like any nobody can just jump up there and start talking crazy and become a somebody overnight. And it's somebody who don't really even add to the culture, just being a clout chaser or whatever it is. And now the whole culture knows who the hell they are. Like, so it has good bad qualities.
And I think that's like, I literally jumped into a Twitter space for battle rap one time and one time only. And I said, I'm never coming in here again because for me, because for me, it's like I don't like being around peanut gallery shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't like being around a bunch of people who speaking on things that they themselves haven't done or could ever achieve in their life, but they're speaking their opinion so loud and boisterous as if it actually means something.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I think battle rappers today give themselves too much to the audience and to the fans.
I think that also that's the gift and the curse of battle rap because, like, say you go if you know how they had those concerts where it'd be like Fabulous, 50 Cent, Little Mo, Little Kim, all that shit, right? You go to that concert at the Barclays, you're gonna watch the show and you're gonna go home. Them niggas is gonna go to their tour bus and they out of there. You go to a battle event, everybody's there. The fans are there with the rappers. You get to see, you get to be side by side. You get to be having a conversation with them. And that really, it also goes to the era that we grew up in, which is the social media era. And I think I always thought that about battle rap, period. And I'm not one that bites my tongue. So if we're gonna be completely honest, Kiki Hardbody, look at that situation. This is somebody who just came around the culture and inserted herself in the fucking culture, and look what came out of it. And I think Twitter Spaces gives more room for shit like that. So
yeah, and it takes away. I think it takes away the allure of the talent. Like I think, like I said, I think talent wise, once you immerse yourself into a space to where niggas literally know what you eat for dinner, they really have no reason to get in tune with you for real, because you're already giving them it all anyway. You understand what I'm saying?
It's a gift and a curse. It's like I said, like I think it started out real good. I'm gonna tell you when Twitter Spaces went to shit for battle rap was the night that they said AR-16 was DNA's tool. That was it.
Okay. I was gonna get there.
That was when I said to myself, all right, this shit then went bad.
Well, I was getting a little rumblings of it simply because of Mercy, my man. So anything with Mercy, people gonna make me aware of. So I don't know the full scope of it. But I know once I heard Mercy's name involved with it, I knew
it just was like, all right, like it literally went from like I said, where everybody's here. Because at first it was like everybody was celebrating each other. Like, listen, we've been here this long. And I mean, when you look at, just think of like Midnight Madness got birthed out of a Twitter space, but at the same time, like what we thought Midnight Madness was going to be it lost a lot of its luster. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Like I went to Midnight Madness, like they had a battle at fucking 2 a.m. Like when Snake Eyes and Twerk battled, it was like 4 a.m. I didn't even stay. I'm like, I'm out of here. Because I had my battle the next day. I'm like, this is not
nigga, I'm not even staying at one of my own events for till 2 a.m.
Till 2 a.m. Like, yo, bro, we thought, man, you remember we used to go to events 1 o'clock and the event let out at 10, and we was like, God damn, that shit was crazy. That was too much.
Yeah, them first Summer Madnesses was crazy.
That shit was crazy. But then you talk about niggas was battling at 2 a.m. So it's like, but I mean, it's just gotta be, you gotta learn how to utilize it to your advantage. Because we know AR. Like I know you know AR. I know AR. Right.
What the fuck was going on? Like, how could people really think AR is a fucking puppet? Like, what the fuck?
Well, the way it happened was that So if you know AR, you know he plays too much.
Right.
So what happened was the nigga playfully first of all, AR had came into spaces and like kind of reinvented himself. Like they was fucking with him. You know what I mean?
Right.
They was really fucking with AR in the spaces. And he playfully made DNA Tooth's voice. And niggas was like, wait, hold up.
That shit sounded spot on.
Yo, they was like, yo, that's the nigga's DNA Tooth. That's his voice. So niggas was like, yo, this nigga's DNA Tooth. And niggas just started, like, they just started dragging it, you know?
Right.
So now, because No Mercy, I don't know if you was trolling.
I was.
But I don't think you knew. By that time you came in there, niggas was roasting AR for like 4 hours. Like, not for nothing.
Yeah.
If I would have woke up and niggas said AR killed himself, I wouldn't have been surprised because you already know the level of like bullying that exists in battle rap. It just so happens that we're all battle rappers, so we got tough skin. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But when I talk about, because this is a new space, so everybody's like literally like piling on, like, and niggas is being funny about it. Niggas is like, yo, because this DNA Tooth nigga, they got niggas ass whooped. Niggas don't like this nigga, so niggas is like, so niggas is being funny about it. Niggas is like, nah, we gonna fuck you up, nigga. If you
let me give you the real about the situation, right? I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck with you. Like, I'm at work, no bullshit. I'm at work sleep. I want some overnight shit. So I'm at work knocked out. I get a call from somebody. Yo, get on Spaces. I'm like, what's going on? They like, yo, get on Spaces. Niggas need you to confirm some shit. I'm like, what? So mind you, I believe it was late at night, if I'm not mistaken. Probably like 1 or 2 in the morning. So I get in. I see that they having a convo about the DNA Tooth shit. And I overhear niggas like, yo, Mercy just pulled up. Like, yo, they saying AR-16 is DNA Tooth. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I know AR-16 be joking around a lot and shit like that.
Too much.
So, Too much. So when I got into space and they was like, yo, Mercy, confirm whether or not, because niggas know I know who the real DNA Tooth is. Like,
right.
I put blogs out, all kinds of shit. I know who he actually is. I met the nigga in person. You feel me? But I was just playing around and I was like, yo, I ain't gonna hold y'all. AR-16 is DNA Tooth. What? And from there, AR-16 kind of went off, but I didn't know how serious it was.
Nah, it was that's what I'm telling you. Because all right, so I'm listening to, like, I'm talking about AR's defending himself. This nigga voice is cracking. He talking about he got to take his kids to school, but he not getting off because if he get off the live and then DNA Tooth pops up, it's gonna make it look like it's him. You know what I'm saying? So he's not getting off the live. So AR tells me, now here's the thing. It's shit that AR has done that it looked like he could have been DNA Tooth. But because I know AR and he's from the town, I don't want it to be true. So he like, yo, you could ask Bones Brigante. And I'm like, wait, hold on. So y'all put my name in the shit. So I'm like, listen, they like, do you think he's DNA Tooth? I said, I hope he's not. I said, and I think y'all niggas is going a little too hard right now, and y'all need to give him the benefit of the doubt because, I said this, because y'all had Math Hoffa being a fucking rapist because this bitch popped up and said some bullshit, and now look, you know what I mean? So I said, give the nigga 48 hours. You know what I'm saying? Now, the fact that I didn't answer, it did more to confirm it. Like, it, you know what I mean? Like, they just like, oh, nah, you said a nigga could vouch for you, and he don't even want to vouch for you, a piece of shit. Man, and QP in there, he like, hey, AR, I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass, nigga. So now they like No Mercy, because No Mercy had the blogs about it. Me and No Mercy even exchanged DMs about some bullshit.
When he did some weird shit with you, you sent me the message and all that.
Right, because the nigga had said, he sent me a message like, yo, where you was on your way to when I seen you yesterday? You was on your way to work? And I'm like, yo, bro, I'm not even playing with you. Like, bro, I don't play like this.
Yeah, he was talking like, oh, I should have ran down on you.
Yeah,
or something like
like some shit like that. And I'm like, yo, boy, I don't know what you doing with this whole puppet shit, nigga.
You're right.
But we ain't playing these type of games, my nigga. So now,
yo, imagine a puppet running down on you though. That's crazy.
And then that's when I had to realize, like, if this nigga's hiding behind a puppet, he's not gonna run down on me. Like, but just still, like, we don't even play like that. You know what I'm saying? So basically, when No Mercy comes up, I'm like, all right, No Mercy knows who the nigga is. So I'm thinking Mercy is gonna clear the nigga name. Mercy like, yeah, that's AR. AR, after this nigga been getting fucking lambasted for fucking 4 hours, I'm talking, it was like 6 in the morning. He was supposed to take his kids to school. You know what I'm saying? And niggas was like, yo, like, but like I said, that was the moment when I realized, like, wait a minute, this Twitter space shit, it ain't all good. And now it just, you know, I don't know.
And me and AR pieced it up after that because, you know, I had after that situation happened, right? I had went on YouTube because, you know, the spaces, niggas be putting them shits up immediately. So after like an hour or so, the whole space was up, like the whole 3 or 4 hours of them going in. And I was like, I really felt fucked up because I'm like, yo, if I'd have knew the gravity of the situation, I would have approached it different. Like, I understood why he was so upset. But I had to do a blog kind of like clearing up, you know, me and his report and the stuff he was throwing out there because he started going into, you know, some shit we had a long time ago where he like missed the battle or something and he thought I was still salty over it. And I had to tell him like, yo, that shit was like 2014. That's almost 10 years ago. We don't care about that shit no more. I was just, you know, going in on some joke shit. So after I dropped my blog, me and him had gotten the DMs and we chopped it up and everything. And, you know, everything been good since then. Like, we done been in spaces together, chopping it up. And he still used the recurring joke of, whenever I come into space, yo, Mercy, I'm going to tie you up. Like, you feel me?
No, because, I ain't going to front. Mercy, you was literally the straw that broke that. Like, niggas was on some, like this is what I'm talking. That shit crossed the line. And I'm not even talking about with you. But the whole shit really crossed the line from like some battle rap shit to like some real live.
You feel like niggas playing with your name type shit.
Yeah, cyber bullying type. Like I said, like I'm hearing it because I know AR, so I'm hearing the frustration in this nigga voice because all these niggas who you was just powwowing with, they all just turned on you because you play too much because you got the rep. Because if I would have did it, niggas wouldn't have jumped on me like that. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been like, yo, bro. But AR plays so much. So now when Mercy came in, you was the straw that broke the camel back. Like it just so happened
I would make a break for the nigga or something.
Like that was it. Like that nigga just lost it. You know what I'm saying? That nigga lost it at that point. But that was a wild 24 hours for ARB. Like for real.
I dig it, man. Like I said, man, I just hope at the end that Twitter space shit don't get nobody hurt because niggas be talking crazy.
No, listen. At some point, battle rap is gonna get somebody hurt. Like this is a volatile space, bro. Like no pun intended. But that's why I said you just gotta know how to use what's here. Twitter, however long Twitter Spaces is gonna be here, it's here now. You know what I mean? Yeah. You gotta pop in. You gotta pop in that shit. And well, I ain't gonna say you have. Me personally, I just feel like it's a necessary tool.
No, definitely you in the game. Yeah, you in the game.
I'm
definitely
trying to do in a landscape of shit because that, like, you know, like when I come in, yo, bro, I be forgetting about my status, nigga. When I come into Twitter Spaces, nigga, I just be in there trying to listen. Nigga be like, yo, Bones, get your legendary ass up here, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what you got to say about this? You know what I mean? And it be time, like even yesterday, where it was a nigga talking. And I had to tell it was some fan nigga, because I had missed the battles yesterday. So I'm asking niggas, yo, how was the battles? You know what I'm saying? So the Cola nigga, he was giving me the rundown on the shit. And then some other nigga chimed in on it. And he just ain't know what he was talking about. And I was like, yo, boy, like, yo, shut the fuck up, nigga. Like, what are you?
That's what I mean. The peanut gallery shit, man. For real. Yeah, let's get into these last couple things so my phone die. Something recent in battle rap, man. I definitely want to ask you as a battle rapper yourself, man. The whole Sue Surf Quilly Mills thing. You know what I mean? I quoted him yesterday. So what's your thought between the fine line between saying something similar and straight biting? Like, how do you straddle that fence right there? Because let's be real, as battle rappers, there's no way at some point you're not gonna say a line that's similar to something somebody else said. So how does that work for niggas, yo?
It's a sign at the door, no biting allowed. That's you know what I mean? That's what they said on the symphony.
Right.
I think one, they do this shit. I study like stand-up comedians because that shit kind of goes hand in hand with battle rap. And they have this thing called parallel thinking, where it's like, if we're all watching the same material and we're all on the same road, we're gonna meet at the same destination at some point. So that's a lot of times some people tell jokes that are similar, and that's what they attest it to. It's parallel thinking. But there are instances where people just blatantly rip shit off.
And I say that like, I feel like when it comes to like urban culture and stuff like that, like for example, we all done watch Friday. We all done watch Menace to Society.
Exactly.
Everybody's gonna have those bars and them same reference, them Harold at the light and shit like that. Like
now, but
everybody's gonna have those.
Here's the thing about battle rap. When you think about this shit as a writer, knowing that, you gotta say to yourself, nah, I can't do that one. It's too simple. It's like what Peso said about the whack rhyme. Like, nigga, of course my first rhyme was whack. I'm gonna have to keep writing until I can get to some good ones. I gotta get these whack raps out the. Like I said, I study stand-up comedy. Ronnie Dangerfield said I gotta write 100 bad jokes to get 10 good ones. So I'd like to think one, for Surf to say that he never saw that freestyle. Like, come on, we all watch each other, bro. We all watch each other. You know what I mean? I'm watching everybody, nigga, to make sure I don't like. That's what battle rap is about, is making sure you don't sound like the next nigga. So, but once again, the game that we're in now, as much as it's being talked about, it actually keeps Surf name in the conversation. So I don't know. It remains to be seen how harmful it is going to be towards his reputation, because it's not like before where that type of shit would have sat you down for a long time. Surf has enough value in this market where something like that could help him as much as it harms him.
Man, nigga, let's skip the small talk. What you think? You think he bit it or not?
I think he definitely did. Me personally,
okay.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, I think he did. I think he did. And I mean, he said Rican everywhere, Dykeman. Once he said that, I didn't like the rhyme because there's no Ricans in Dykeman. So
right, that's a fact. That's a fact.
I was already opposed to it then. Then to hear that, it's just like, I just think Surf is talented enough where he don't have to do that type of stuff. So I don't know if he got burnt out by the amount of battles that he had. But I mean, to me, it's kind of, as a writer and a participant in this rap game, I definitely think that it's too similar to not be.
Okay, I got you. Me personally, I'm definitely I got the 2 videos queued up on my YouTube now. I'm gonna definitely check them out. But I'm gonna say this though, I nowadays I don't believe in coincidences. There's just the world is just full of too much information. We have our phones in our hands literally all day, every day.
Time. Yeah.
There's too much shit coming our way that we don't even ask for. Like, you go on your Facebook, your YouTube, your Instagram, whatever, you're getting forced shit that you're not even looking for. So there's no way that certain shit is a coincidence. I just don't believe in coincidences nowadays.
Right.
You know what I mean? Real talk. So that's just my thought on that, man. So let's get into this next thing, yo. What's your thoughts on just the different stages, man? You got the URLs, the RBEs, the KLTDs. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think? Obviously, you bones. It don't matter where you go, you're gonna do you. But what's just some of your thoughts on the different platforms and what suits you, what you feel suits you best?
I think it does matter.
Okay.
I think that when cats think that their name is gonna surpass whatever stage that they on, I think that's a big mistake to make. I think it makes a big difference in terms of your approach to your material, your crowd control. I think like that return that I made to RBE in that small room was the perfect setting, because that big stage, like that's a whole nother animal. Look at when Reed came back. If Reed would have came back and went straight to the small rooms, that shit that he happened with John, it wouldn't happen. So it makes there's so much. You have the stage, you have the pit. It's so many different settings that they all play a big part into the shit. So that's why for me, you ain't gonna see me on that big stage until I'm good and ready. You know what I mean? Until I knock this rust off, I iron out my kinks, I get my signature moves. I'm not, and like I said, like the thing is, I already had this approach to the game of rap before, and it worked for me, which was take your time and hone your shit to the best of your ability before you really get up there and do what it is that you're supposed to do. So, it makes a big difference. What intrigues me the most, because once again, this is what I said about URL. URL technically is the biggest battle rap platform, but if all of your battles in the last 2-3 years have been on that app, your value and not even just battle rap, in the whole grand scheme of this game of rap is not as high as it would be if your battles were on YouTube. So
that's a fact. That's a fact.
Kid Slade, real name Sick. These niggas are animals, but they don't have.
But they're not being seen. They're not being seen. Yeah.
They're not being seen. Like real Sick is not even fucking American, bro. Like he's not even American. Like, could you imagine the impact that he would have if the people from his culture could just go to YouTube and type his name in?
I agree with you on that.
So
I agree with you on that.
So that's why I said it does matter for me when I talk about these 20 battles. Yeah, we all dream about being on URL, and if I do get the call, it's gonna be a decision that has to be made, because I can't just say no. But at the same time, I understand the value of having 3-4 years of consistent battles on YouTube. So that's my aim.
No, that you know what's crazy though, man. It's like I wish a lot more of these up and comers would hear that game, because this is no shade to URL or the app, but I do feel like the app is doing more harm than good for the low to mid tier battlers, because it's limiting your scope of the people you can reach. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's a very there's a very niche market of people that has the URL app. Like, let's be for real. Like, they're like the niggas who really are engaged with battle rap on just a casual basis, not the hardcore fans. Of course, the hardcore fans have the app, but the casual watchers of battle rap who could just get to a battle here and there, maybe on the weekend, or maybe when they ain't got nothing to do on their downtime, who just like, let me just jump on YouTube, let's see some shit. They're not seeing the real Six, like you said, the Kid Slades, and so on and so forth, because they don't have that app.
They don't have. Listen, I was with Ghostface. I don't know if you've seen that footage on Hip Hop Is Real, but they were asking him who his favorite battle rappers were, and he was naming all the guys from my era: Surfs, Goods, Ice. He even named Dot. You know why?
Word?
He named Dot because Dot is accessible on YouTube.
Go get that ASAP, Mercy, please.
Yeah, I'm posting that ASAP. I had no idea about that.
So listen, somebody said in the comments, oh, he don't know nothing about battle rap. He didn't even name the new people. Nah, it's not that he don't know. It's he don't have a fucking app.
That's right.
Ghost is a big fan. Like he one of the biggest fans in battle. So much so that he wound up hitting No Bars and telling them like, yo, bro, send them bootlegs in, my nigga. Like I need them, bro.
I gotta see them shit. Yeah, no, definitely.
He like, damn. Like he had to catch himself. Like, yo, I'm missing out like that. Like niggas is really out here killing shit. Like,
and you know what's crazy? I ain't gonna say homie name, but it was a nigga who's on the app. He does most of his battles on it. And I told him, like, yo, listen, man, in between your URL bookings, even if you got to book the battles yourself, get some content on YouTube, man, because that's gonna go a long way to building your name.
And I don't think, like I said, I don't think a lot of them dudes understand that. They happy to be getting paid. They happy to be on Smack. And which is an accolade in itself. I'm not knocking nobody for it. The last thing I want to be is some, the OG bitter nigga. You know what I'm saying?
The truth is the truth though, my nigga. The truth is
but like I said, I just understand, because if I do this the right way, that gives me better bargaining leverage when it's time for me to go over there. You know what I mean? It just does, So, that's why that's literally why. Like when you say, "Oh, you got people hanging on to their names," it's because they built their names outside of that app and they know how to leverage that shit. That's why they got these niggas on this app so
But
that they know.
let me give niggas some free game. You know what's one nigga, and I don't give a fuck what's going on, and make sure his shit stay on YouTube is Lux.
Right.
Lux makes sure that he negotiates that his shit goes to YouTube because he understands the power of YouTube.
Lux and Mook.
Right. Yeah.
Lux and Mook. But understand, everybody's not gonna have that leverage. You know
and here's some free game y'all niggas out there. If you think I'm bullshitting, look at every single one of Lux's URL battles in the last 2 years. All of them shits is on YouTube right now.
Right.
So that just shows you the power of YouTube. Last thing, my nigga, before we get up out of here, man. I know you a nigga who really been around him, you know what I mean? Talk about Fred the God, you know what I mean? Just the times you spent with him and you know what I mean, what he meant to hip hop.
Fred the God, when we talk about originality, it's one of the best, man. You know, you'll never hear Fred say some shit that sounded like somebody else. My relationship with Fred, I was closer with Zoe and Dre. Those was my guys, the twins.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, it was always, you know, if you remember, you know, early, you know, battle rap era, 2010, 2011, they used to have them cookouts in the summer, the Blockwood shits. Niggas would be in the studio having a fucking ball, man, you know, and just, you know, a humble dude, you know, people person, you know, wasn't, you know, as big as his status was, he was grounded. You're gonna see him in the hood, you're gonna see him hanging out, you know, and it just, you know, that was, it's just so crazy how that COVID came through, man. Like that shit took niggas out of here. I had that shit twice. I was in the hospital with that shit, you know. So, you know, it's just crazy because he was one of the dudes early on that shit just ripped through, and he's no longer here. And I would say, as an artist, that's somebody that we all should study. We all should take notes from him, and I'm not talking about listen to it and chop the shit up to make the shit sound like you did it, but just listen to the originality that he put into his craft, that he made sure his shit was so distinct. Like you're never gonna hear, I don't think we'll ever hear somebody rap like Fred. You know what I mean? Like it's almost impossible. Like if somebody, because he put so much of himself into it. If somebody, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work with somebody. If somebody else tried to do what Fred did, it probably would come off corny. Because Fred kind of had lines that made you think, where it was like, all right, only he could say that type of shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, gone way too soon. But, you know, he made his impact. You know, he had a good team of niggas over there. Like I said, shout out to Zoe and Dre, man. They rolled for that kid. And you know,
we had some good times at Blockwork, man, for real.
Yeah, that Blockwork, Blockwork TBM. Yeah, some great times in there, man. And in the summer times when they would have their cookouts and shit like that, niggas had a ball in there, man. Lots of fun.
Man. So let niggas know what's up, what's coming up for Bones, you know, on the battle side, on the music side, because I know you do a little bit of everything.
So for me, listen, if you go watch that Bones Brigante versus K Walker, check that out. Good battle, two different styles, a back and forth. People is calling it 2-1 either way.
Definitely.
I want to make that room, that straight to it room. I want to make that room my room. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to iron out my shit on that room. Also, if y'all seen the GTX shit, you know, they doing that shit out there in Cali. That shit is coming back to New York.
Okay.
And when the GTX comes back to New York, I'm definitely looking forward to being a part of that. But like I said, for me, any battle that I do, it's got to make sense in terms of opponent, and it's got to be on YouTube, because it being on YouTube is going to help me be able to leverage my value in this market.
That's a fact. That's what's up, my nigga. All right, so give me.
I would honestly hate right now if URL called me, because it would be such a gift and a curse. Because I would have to say, because if they call me, their contracts is, yo, you coming over here for 3 or 4 joints, and you can't battle nowhere else. And I don't know what that. No, I can't say I don't know, because I saw it. I've saw the guys from my generation become stars on YouTube, and I've saw this class of dudes really just, with the exception of Eazy and Geechee, because they caught the tail end of that YouTube.
Right.
You know what I mean? But anybody else that then came after that, that's strictly on that app, they got murderers over there that, they're not building their profile.
Hey, man, listen, yo, you should start a school for hip hop, man. You need to start giving niggas this game, man, for real.
I can't give out too much. I'm talking to y'all because y'all the homies, man. You know what I mean? Right. I ain't giving out too much of this shit, man, because it's like, nigga, you know what I had to do to learn this shit myself, nigga? This shit took a lot out of me. You know what I'm saying? This shit took a whole lot out of me. So yeah. And the average niggas don't want to listen. The average nigga gonna tell me, well, nigga, you're just mad because you don't want to be okay. God bless you, nigga. I hope, nigga, listen, like you said, nigga, it's shit that I done that niggas may never do. So I hope that in your thinking that you get to some of the steps that I've made it past. You know what I mean? So, because niggas is hard headed, because we was hard headed too.
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact.
We was hard headed, so.
Yeah. Last thing, man. Give niggas your social media so where they can contact you at and keep in tune with you.
Bones Brigante. Why the fuck this shit done pocket dialed the nigga, man? Bones Brigante. Hold on. Why is this shit calling this nigga? This is terrible. All right. Bones Brigante. It's at Bones Brigante. Twitter, Instagram. You go to bonesbrigante.com, order that cologne. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much, that's all I'm really on. I mean, y'all want to send me a Cash App, it's Bones Brigante with a 1 behind it. Don't send it to the other nigga, because I don't know that nigga. But that's me, man. I'm around, man. When y'all having y'all next event?
Shit, I'm June in Atlanta. Mercy, what you got coming up?
I'm looking at mid-July for the next New York joint. We do a lot of joints.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying we do our New York joints out in Brooklyn. So I definitely hit you with the Addy, and you come through and shit like that. But yeah, we definitely breeding a lot of new killers on this side, man. So
that's what it is, man. Bones, man, my brother. Like I said, me and this dude go back a while. It's great to have you on here, man. Great to talk with you. Like I said, you've always had some insight into a lot of shit. Battle rappers, if you up and coming, I suggest you tap in, get in this nigga DM, ask him a question real quick, and hopefully he'll answer you, because he'll definitely give you some game, man. I'm Pacer, that's my man.
No Mercy, Trap New York shit. Y'all already know what time it is, man.
Appreciate y'all, man.
You already. All right.